Money trouble doesn't start with a big mistake. It starts with small decisions that feel reasonable. A little delay here, a little shortcut there. Nothing that looks dangerous until suddenly everything is. Most people don't fall into financial trouble overnight. They slide into it without realizing what's happening. In this video, I'll show you exactly how people fall into money trouble, the pattern, the warning signs, and how to stop it before it reaches the point of no return. Before we continue, if you want to protect your future before it's too late, hit subscribe. Living beyond your means. The biggest money trap is simple: spending more than you earn. It starts innocently enough. You get a raise and immediately upgrade your lifestyle. Bigger apartment, nicer car, fancier dinners. The problem is your expenses grow faster than your income. Before you know it, you're living paycheck to paycheck, even though you make decent money. This lifestyle inflation is silent but deadly. You justify it by thinking you deserve nice things. And you do, but not at the cost of your financial security. The trap tightens when unexpected expenses hit, and you have nothing saved because every dollar already has a home in your elevated lifestyle. Using credit cards like free money. Credit cards are useful tools, but most people treat them like magic money. You swipe for things you can't afford right now, planning to pay it back later. The problem is later never comes, or when it does, there's another expense waiting. Soon you're only making minimum payments, and that's where the real damage begins. A $1,000 purchase can end up costing you double or triple with interest. People think they're managing fine because they can make the minimum payment, but they're actually drowning slowly. The psychological trick is that plastic doesn't feel like real money, so you spend more freely than you would with cash. By the time you realize the debt is serious, you're already in deep. Ignoring small expenses. It's never the big purchases that break you, it's the small stuff. Daily coffee runs, subscription services you forgot about, eating out because you're too tired to cook. Each purchase seems harmless, maybe $5 or $10. But multiply that by 30 days, then 12 months, and suddenly you're spending thousands on things you barely remember. These small leaks in your budget are invisible until you actually track them. Most people never do the math, so they wonder why they never have money left at the end of the month. The convenience of tap to pay and one-click purchasing makes it even worse. You're bleeding money through 1,000 tiny cuts, and you don't even feel it happening. Not having an emergency fund. Life throws curveballs. Your car breaks down, you need a root canal, your company downsizes. Without savings, these normal life events become financial catastrophes. So what do people do? They reach for credit cards, take out loans, or worse, borrow from friends and family. Now a temporary problem becomes long-term debt. The stress compounds because you're not just dealing with the emergency, you're dealing with how to pay for it. Most people know they should save, but they tell themselves they'll start next month. Next month never comes. They prioritize everything else: vacations, new phones, going out with friends. Then when the emergency hits, and it always does, they're caught completely off guard. The cycle repeats because they never break free long enough to build that safety net. Keeping up with others. Social media has made this problem 10 times worse. You see your friends buying houses, taking trips, wearing designer clothes. You feel left behind, so you spend money to keep up. The problem is you're comparing your behind the scenes to everyone else's highlight reel. That friend with the new car might be drowning in debt. That couple taking luxury vacations might have maxed out their credit cards. But you don't see that part. You just see the lifestyle, and you want it too. This comparison game is expensive and never-ending. There's always someone with more, doing more, having more. If you base your spending on matching others, you'll never have enough, no matter how much you earn. Your own financial goals get lost in the noise of trying to impress people who probably aren't even paying attention. Not understanding interest and debt. Most people have no idea how debt actually works. They see a monthly payment they can afford and sign up without understanding the total cost. A car loan at 7% interest sounds reasonable until you realize you're paying thousands extra over 5 years. Student loans feel abstract because they're in the future, until graduation comes and the bills start rolling in. The credit card minimum payment seems manageable, but you're not seeing that you'll be paying for years on end. Compound interest works beautifully when you're saving, but it's brutal when you're borrowing. The longer you carry debt, the more it costs you, and the less of your money goes to actually paying down what you owe. Financial literacy isn't taught in schools, so people learn these lessons the expensive way, through experience and mistakes they can't undo. No budget or financial plan. Flying blind with your money, spending without a plan, is a sure way to get into trouble. When you don't have a budget, you have no clear picture of where your money goes. You might think you're careful with your spending, but by the end of the month, your bank account is empty, and you have no idea how it happened. A budget isn't meant to restrict you or make life miserable. It's about being intentional with your money. It's a way to decide in advance where your money should go, instead of wondering later where it all disappeared. Many people avoid budgeting because they think it's too complicated or because they're afraid of facing the reality of their finances. But ignoring the problem doesn't make it go away. In fact, it makes it riskier. Without a budget, you can't save effectively, you can't spot areas where money is wasted, and you can't make progress toward important financial goals like paying off debt, building an emergency fund, or investing for the future. Instead of being in control, you end up reacting to whatever life throws at you, often making financial mistakes out of necessity rather than choice. Every financial success story starts the same way. Someone decides to stop ignoring their money, to pay attention, and to make a plan, hoping things will just work out. The final trap is magical thinking. People hope their money problems will solve themselves. Maybe they'll get a raise, win the lottery, or somehow expenses will just decrease on their own. This hope keeps them from taking action. They don't address the debt, don't cut spending, don't increase income, because they're waiting for something external to save them. But hope is not a strategy. Your financial situation will only improve when you make different choices, and that starts with accepting reality. The debt won't disappear, the savings won't appear, and the budget won't balance itself. It requires action, discipline, and sometimes uncomfortable changes. The good news is that once you stop hoping and start doing, progress happens faster than you'd think. The scary part about money trouble isn't the debt or the stress. It's how normal it all feels while it's happening. Once you can recognize the pattern early, you gain something powerful: control. So be honest with yourself. Have you already seen some of these steps in your own life? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this video helped you spot danger before it becomes damage, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might not see the warning signs yet. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.